thing or no?
So, T-Mac leaders, you guys are the audience that I'm really looking at right now, and I want them to see it. So, we have all of our store managers here. Give it up. Sorry, poor B2 is sick, so he's not here, and Erica's on vacation. But we also have Alexis from Mophie over here. And we have Amanda Whiteside from Spring University. We've been talking a lot this morning about influence, and there is a phenomenal story that has taken place in the world of sports over the last couple of weeks, and actually over the last several months that not a lot of people are talking about, and I want to get my leaders' opinion on this. And so the University of Central Florida football team, does anybody follow college football? I don't really have many sports fans.
And them Bama boys.
All right, the Bama boys, right? They won last night.
Mm-hmm.
But they beat Georgia, right? Now, Georgia got to the national championship game, but there was a better story, in my opinion, that happened over the last couple of years at the University of Central Florida, not South Florida, of Central Florida. So 2 years ago, the University of Central Florida went 0-12. They didn't win one game, like Cleveland Browns did this past year. They didn't win one game. They brought in a new coach. The first year that new coach, his name is Scott Frost. First year the new coach was there, they went 6-6. They won 6 games, right? So they went from winning 0 games to winning 6 games. This past year, only 2 years later, they went 13-0. They went to a bowl game and they went 13-0. So they went from not having any victories to not having any losses in 2 years under one coach. Now, college football, it's probably about 80 players, to a team. 50 of the players that was on the team this year were the same 50 players that was on the team 2 years ago that didn't win a game. So, leaders, what did Scott Frost do? I'll ask Zuli first.
What did Scott Frost do?
Yeah.
He took his players into account. Everything was about his team and making sure that his team was comfortable and listening to his team. He coached versus dictated.
Yeah, I would say that has to be a big part of it. Now, I'm also going to say, full disclosure, I haven't done a ton of research on what he's actually done. Now, he's gotten a big payday coming because he's going to the University of Nebraska. He left, and that's his prerogative, right? Because he's getting paid a lot of money, and that's where he went to college at. He was a good quarterback, if I remember right, at the University of Nebraska. But what do you guys think that he did? I think Zuli really hit it on the head there. But what else do you think that he did to take a team, 50 of the same players, from not winning a game to going undefeated? And by the way, they beat Auburn, one of the top teams in the country, and I think it was the Sugar Bowl. And the team that played for the national championship last night, they had one loss this year. Who was that loss to? It was to the University of Central Florida. So they beat a couple of really good teams this past year. What could he have possibly done? How did he get his players to go from losers to, just not just winners, but great winners? What did he do? Sarap, Dario, what do you guys think?
He influenced them. He made them sure that they understand that they can do it, that they can win, that this is their time, their moment, and they're going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Dario? And then
I
I'll
was
get
going
to
to say the
Darwin.
same thing,
Oh.
honestly.
Okay. Go ahead, Darwin.
I think he helped them to realize their potential and that they had the ability to do more, to do better. And it showed in the record.
Yeah, I love that, right? Getting people to realize their potential. Do we do that every day? Amanda?
Well, I think he probably coached the behaviors.
Yeah. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Because probably the behaviors.
Improve their results.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
I love it.
No question. And so, guys, as we're now very early into this year, as leaders, we've got to influence those behaviors. Now, we haven't been a losing team, right? But we've been, most of the year, probably middle of the pack. We had a couple of really good months where we were number 1, top 10 in the country, but most of the year, we're number 40, number 50. We've got to do better than that. Can we be number 1 this year?
Absolutely.
Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Can we go every month and be number one for the whole year
Yes, we can.
with the
Yes,
right,
we can.
well, with the right behaviors and the right influence?
Yes, we can.
Right, and coaching to those behaviors, because I guarantee you that's what Scott Frost did. By the time, here's my commitment, by the time Zuli and I do our third video, she and I will do a lot more research on specific things that he did. It's a phenomenal story that not too many people are talking about, man. I don't remember in my years of watching sports a team getting that good that quick. You know, that's just unbelievable. It usually doesn't have college sports, it's usually a lot of turnover. You know, but 50 of the same players, man, that's the one that blows me. I could see if it was like all new players, but 50 of the same players. You know, that's more than half the squad. And same quarterback, same running backs, same wide receivers, right? The key players on offense were the same, but they just started winning and they didn't stop.
Yeah, but the commentators on ESPN, they were talking about that, and exactly what I said. The other coach was a dictator. He dictated to them what they needed to do and how they needed to do it and when they needed to do it, and didn't give any room for them to kind of figure it out on their own, or learn, or coach, or teach, or kind of make their mistakes and figure it out. He told them exactly what had to be done all the time.
Wow.
To your point, I think he was engaged with every single player that he did, and you know, constant curbside coaching to get them to the next level.
Yeah.
Some of their parents were saying that he inspired them. He inspired the ones because they were like exhausted.
Yeah.
They were exhausted.
Yeah.
And that he inspired them to just go a little harder, change plays, you know, change the way they were thinking about the team, how they looked at the team, how they looked at the positions, and that's what they did.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they also went like more personable as well, like going to their personal life and, you know, go over that while you're going about the team as well.
That's another great point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Losing's not fun, right? Nobody likes to lose.
We hate to lose.
Yeah. Nobody likes to
We just hate to
lose.
lose.
Love to win.
Well, we love to win.
Yes, we do.
Winning is fun, man. You know, you start to think about, like the Cleveland Browns right now, you know, some of those guys got to go back to their neighborhoods, you know, and everything like that. And they're like, man, you guys didn't win a game this year, did you? You know? And there's nothing they can do about that now. It's over, right? But they can look forward to next year. And they've got the same coach. You know, hopefully he'll change some behaviors and stuff like that. But tremendous story, guys. So it's a story definitely of influence, of being engaged, you know, with your people, showing them the right way, coaching them daily, getting very personal, I think, you know, with them. And we always keep personal in perspective, right? So look for more information on that, guys. But this is our commitment, right? We're going to be number one every month this year.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, we can.
Absolutely. We're number one right now, by the way. Did you
Yes,
know
we
that?
are.
And this team is. That might only be good for a day because we didn't have a good day yesterday. But that's okay. It's a long month. But we jumped up from number 3 to number 1 in one day, you know, yesterday, based on Sunday. Great day by everybody on Sunday, particularly by Roxy. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Matt.